Hello friends, in this module we will learn about meaning and concept of physical education and sports pedagogy. Teaching is an art as well as a science. Rather, effective teaching depends upon artistically adopting scientific elements of the teaching learning process. The efficacy of teaching a physical maneuver or sports skill depends upon various aspects of the what, how, why elements of teaching. The art and craft of teaching are studied by the branch of educational science called pedagogy. In physical education and sports context, it is called physical education and sports pedagogy. The word pedagogy refers to the branch of science dealing with education and teaching children. Physical education and sports pedagogy deal with the scientific means and methods of teaching physical activities and sports skills to children. Physical education and sports pedagogy focus on varied aspects of knowledge dissemination such as the development of curriculum, selection of learning objectives, development of content, development of instruction styles, instruction models, skills of teaching, evaluation of pupils, etc. Development of curriculum. The curriculum is the script of what is to be performed by the teacher to achieve the learning objectives. It is the totality of aspects happening in the learning ecosystem. The aims, objectives and tools of learning is set in the curriculum. The curriculum is developed by pedagogical experts. Developing a school curriculum for physical education is an example of curriculum development. Selection of learning objectives. Physical education and sports target the overall development of the child. It is not limited to physical alone, however, includes cognitive, affective, cognitive and sociological aspects too. Setting the aims appropriate to the age and maturation is done by pedagogical interpretation. For instance, developing manipulative skills of 4th grade students by organizing throwing and catching smile balls is a session objective. Development of content. What is to be taught to achieve a preset learning objective is done by pedagogy experts. Content selection needs to be scientific as well as innovative. Content needs to be novel at the same time, age and gender appropriate. Teachers could themselves prefer and modify the content based on the efficacy. Development of instruction styles. The style of teaching, that is autocratic, laissez-faire, democratic, etc. affects the learning. Pedagogy experts invent and improvise varied teaching styles to address student learning issues and foster the learning process. Instruction models. Various models of instruction like teaching personal and social responsibility, cooperative learning, teaching games for understanding and peer teaching, etc. have a great impact on various aspects of education. Developing new instruction models is the purview of pedagogy. Skills of teaching. Improving and training in various methods to improve different skills of teaching is done by pedagogy experts. Skills of introduction, explanation, probing questions, citing examples and assessing the level of understanding are some of the examples of skills of teaching. Evaluation of pupils. The effectiveness of the instruction is assessed by various evaluation tools. Physical educationists and coaches adopt different types of evaluation tools like assessment tests, rating scales, rubrics, subjective and objective evaluations, video analysis, wearable technologies, etc. Pedagogy develops and validates these type of evaluation tools in order to examine the efficacy of achieving the learning objectives. Physical education and sports pedagogy application improve the quality of the content, method of instruction and effectiveness of assessment of the concepts taught. Thus, pedagogy application in physical education and sports is important and worth researching. Friends, we are sure that you have learned some new things in this module.